Did you let everybody in, Nixon?
Yes, I did.
Okay. We're going to get started because it's 7:01 and we only have an hour. So we're going to get started. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our 22nd Road to Success event, where each week we have a topic that we speak on, from national PTA programs to advocacy to mental health to leadership training. Our topic tonight is Regents and Council Commission. Have you ever wondered about the role of county councils play in our mission? You'll meet your county council president and hear what's happening in your home county. If you have questions but didn't know who to ask, guess what? You're in the right place. We have some great leaders on this call tonight, and we're going to start out with introducing our Florida PTA president, Ms. Carolyn Nelson Goddard.
Thank you, Bert. Welcome, everyone. It's nice to see some familiar faces and to see some new names for people who aren't normally a part of Road to Success. I hope that you will join us again for future events so that you can learn more and more about Florida PTA, about the role that you play in Florida PTA, and about how you can be a better leader. I'd like to start with introducing the members of the executive committee who are on the call, starting with Maxine Lewis, President-elect.
Hello, everyone. Good night.
You already met Bert Miller, who is the Vice President of Regents and Councils. I see Karen Mazzola, who is the Vice President for Educational Development.
Hello, everyone. Welcome.
I think that is all of the EC members that I see right this minute. We're fortunate also to have two members of our staff with us, Heather Tisco and Kimberly Adamski.
Happy International Women's Day.
Hi, everyone.
Thank you. Back to you, Bert. I know that you will introduce the members of Regents and Councils.
Thank you, Madam President. Okay, before we get to introducing our county councils, what is the Regents and Councils Commission? We are a commission of 19, made up of 5 region reps and 14 county councils. Region reps, which are the reps that handle local units that do not have county councils. County councils and region reps should be your first point of contact if you have any questions or concerns about your local PTA unit, or if you are looking for training for your unit. Remember, a trained unit is an efficient unit. You can find their contact information on our Florida PTA website under our team and then the 2022-2024 Board of Directors list. Part of what the commission does is to make sure that their units stay in compliance with IRS and stay with the PTA mission, and does the training for the units. If they're staying with the mission and in compliance, then you won't be getting those emails from Kimberly or Heather from the office about you need to submit this or you need to submit that. We are also the largest commission of the Board of Directors for Florida PTA. Now I'd like for you to hear from some of our county council presidents and region reps that will tell you how they support their units and what's happening in their counties. We're going to begin with Alachua County, Megan Hendricks, who was not able to join us tonight, but did give me something to read for her. Alachua County Council, PTA, recently co-hosted a successful Disability Resource Expo, which was a partnership with other community-focused organizations. We had over 900 attendees attend and learn about resources available to help their children. We are supporting our local units through one-on-one conversations, mentoring for new units, and regular updates via email and our Facebook group. We recently created an online toolkit for local PTA leaders that includes quick links to frequently requested resources and sample outlines for programs, fundraisers, and other activities. Our online DEI toolkit also provides a continuous resource to assist PTAs wherever they are in their DEI journey. During our upcoming general meeting, we will be focusing on family engagement and participating in an interactive brainstorming exercise to uncover new and innovative ways to increase involvement in our PTAs in our schools. If anyone in Alachua County has questions, they can reach us at president@accpta.org. Now, has is Broward on here yet?
They are not.
Okay, well, when they come on, I'll introduce them. I know we have Duval K. Hawkins.
Duval is in the house, yes.
Duval.
Duval, yes, we have been very busy this year. We have reinstated 14 local units. We still have local units contacting us. Our membership has really gone up this year, which is exciting. We're preparing for our big reflection celebration in person this year. That is very exciting because we had parents last year that really wanted us to do this in person, but we were a little reluctant. So this year, our reflections chair has done an outstanding job, and that will be on the 21st. We are planning our big presidents and principals luncheon that will be held on May the 11th in person. And that's where we celebrate our local units, their achievements for the year. We will give out awards at that ceremony. We are going to post our new slate of officers tomorrow at our Board of Managers meeting. So we will be having our election here very soon. And we have just been busy. We have a great advocacy committee that has come up with some different topics that they're advocating for, and we're pushing that forward to the Duval County School Board. We're really big on trying to get the gun safety. There's just a lot of things that our advocacy and our DEI people are doing. So you'll be hearing more about that later. Looking forward to seeing everybody at LegCon, and have a good evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Kay. Just a reminder, guys, this is an hour, so we've got to get through everybody, and then we want to answer some questions, so please keep it brief. Next, we're going to the furthest county in the state of Florida, the furthest west, Escambia County, and Melanie Gamble.
Good evening. And as Alvin Gainey likes to say, Lower Alabama, but we are not. Escambia County has been busy. We brought up 7 of our PTAs, 3 of them that had not been operating for a few years. We did all that in the fall. We have successfully got all 22 of our PTAs in compliance with Florida PTA. And we held a Founders Day recently where President Carolyn Nelson Goddard was our keynote speaker, and we were honored to have her. We had an in-person reflections ceremony this year also, and we're heading into the elections season and look forward to assisting our all our PTAs in re-electing their officers, and we continue to support and assist all 22 of them and hopefully have more next year.
Thank you, Melanie. I'm going to put, I've got a couple of prizes I'm going to give away tonight. So I'm going to put a question in the chat box. And the first person to answer this question will win a gift card. Moving on to the second largest county council in the state, Hillsborough County, and Amy Marie Granger Welch.
There. I am way over here in Tampa, and what are we doing? Gosh, what are we not doing? We've been really busy reactivating units, which I'm sure Heather and Kimberly can attest to. Get a whole lot of emails from us a lot. I think we're nearing 20. I have lost track. My treasurer's not here to tell me, but we're busy trying to get audits done. We are in the local units trying to do one-on-one training, virtual training, regional trainings, larger in-person trainings, obviously like the spring and fall, but we're trying to work different avenues to try to get to know people and get them to know us, and that we're here to support them. We're not here to penalize them or anything. We're really here just to help and support. That's the reason we exist. So we've worked really hard this year to try to get that message out. We're really excited to be able to present to our principals and our APs in April at a training for them, just to kind of explain what the council does and how we can support them and the needs they have. And that's new this year. We've never been able to do that. We just had a great in-person Reflections Arts in the Park event that we got a grant to host, getting ready to do awards, we got another training coming up in April. We're working on a human trafficking regional events with the district, with our partners at the district, to do 4 different regional events throughout our county, since, like you said, we are pretty darn large. So we're here for whatever anybody needs, whether they just need to talk to us and get answers, or just to vent, and we're here to support. So that's all I got.
Thank you, Amy. I see that our Broward County Council President just joined us. Sharon Pizlowski, you're up.
Well, hello there. I just got off work like 2 seconds ago. Okay. Broward, we've been really busy helping units get back on track, units that have been closed since COVID. If you have questions or you need help with that, please reach out. We are really excited to help units get back online. We've been super busy with that. Our clothing banks are open. If there's resources that you need, clothing bank or other resources, please reach out for that. We have resources available all year long, not just at the beginning. I think Ashley, our North Area Coordinator, is on here somewhere. Coordinators are really active. They're very willing to help. So if you can't get a hold of me, please feel free to check our website, check out all the good things that are happening. I think that's all I have.
Thank you, Sharon. And I want to congratulate Melanie Gamble for being the first person to respond to that question. So I'll send you a Starbucks gift card. Next, we have Indian River County, Michael Marsh. Is Mike on? I don't see him. Martin County, Tina White. I don't see her. Did Maria get on yet from Miami-Dade? Maria? No. Okay, I see Orange County here. We're the home county of our office. Kelly,
Yes, I wore my orange shirt, so you wouldn't miss
yes, yeah, I couldn't miss you with that orange shirt.
me. Well, and I'm the president that didn't follow instructions because I thought that I was supposed to talk to you about how I felt about being a county council president. So here it goes. I think we do all of the same things that everybody would talked about: support the local units, reinstate, help them with compliance. I work traditional hours, so I have a team of people that help me do that and go meet with the local leaders and help them with their compliance. But I think as a county council, our role is to promote the purposes of the PTA and to connect what our local leaders are doing to the reasons why we're doing it. And so that's what I feel my role as the president of the county council is. And it's all about building relationships and promoting the brand of the PTA. And that's how I see it. And that's what we do here in Orange County. And we're just busy. We got more members now than we did last year. So I'm proud of that.
Thank
And
you,
that's it.
Kelly. You guys are doing a great job there. Thank you.
Thanks.
Now moving on to Palm Beach County and Erica Gustafson. Is
Hi.
Erica-
So we've been doing all of the things that people have mentioned, some of the things we haven't been doing. So I've definitely taken notes from all of you guys on things that we could possibly do. We've been reactivating units, chartering new units, and just answering a lot of questions on compliance and transitions of new board members. We just had a fantastic reflection ceremony, the most people we've ever had attend a reflection ceremony. We had 11 schools participate, which was a big deal for us. So that was a recent success. On March 14th, we're having a program on nominations and elections to help our units with any questions that they may have about that process. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Erica. Now moving on to Pasco County, Vanessa Lazak.
Hey everyone, Blazak, you got it. Close enough. Pasco County, we've been busy. We just finished our Stock the Bus garages. We partnered with our school board members to stock the various garages throughout the community. We did an Amazon wish list for that. We've reactivated one school. We've chartered another one. We had a great reflection celebration. We just launched our senior 8th and 5th grade spotlights for promotion on social media. We've been attending our superintendent forums that are happening 1 to 2 times a month. And we've partnered with the sheriff's office again this year and Baycare for mental health. And we have our sponsorships that are launching soon. So we're busy.
Thank you, Vanessa. Pinellas County, Christina Garcia. Is Christina with us? All right, I'm going to launch another question for another $10 Starbucks card. So the first person that answers it correctly, I'll send you a $10 Starbucks card. Okay, Seminole County, Michelle Pettinger, all the way from England.
Yeah, soon to be returned to home. All right, so there's tons of stuff that we do that's similar to everybody else. Let me start my video, but I am looking at notes. So we had a great reflections program that was superb. We've been living our theme this year for Rise Up. So respect, integrity, servant leadership, equity, united as one, and positive intent. We've been coaching through conflicts because let's face it, not everybody gets on 100% of the time. So we've been helping with those relationships and build those, push, start and end with the mission, always. So we've had courageous conversations there. We liaise with the school board. We're gearing up for awards. We help with compliance. We have our elections and general meeting on April 1st. We've got a very rich catalog of training on YouTube. So we're pointing people there when they need help. We step in to help local units when they're short. We also attend their events if they request us to go, and we can make that work. That's been very successful this year. Just a quick Google form of, where is it, when is it? And then we figure out who can go. We help with Children's Cabinet, we help with Foundation, we go to school board meetings, we do mentoring. We actually approved a resolution this year, which was apparently a first for Seminole County. So we're all very excited about that and have handed that off to Florida. We share resources and grants. We help with Employee of the Year, Teacher of the Year. So we do other stuff in our school community and basically just are there for anything and everything, judging by my email. I do work full time, so this year has been a bit of a placeholder year. And I really respect the amount of work that everybody is doing, because I don't know how you're doing it, even though I'm doing a lot. I'm not getting stuff done. But if you need us, then president@sccpta.com, and look forward to hearing from my Seminole people. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Michelle. Volusia County, Laura Schachter.
Good evening.
There you are.
A lot of what everybody else has shared, we've been doing too. We did have a great reflections reception for the county, and Bert was able to join us, so thank you for that. That made it extra special. And we've done a lot of Zoom trainings lately. We've done nominating committee trainings, trying to gear up for next year. We did a kind of to follow the suit with the conflict resolution, the training that Alvin Gainey provided on Zoom last week for some of our units, based off the book of the 5 dysfunctions of a team and overcoming those dysfunctions. And we did our Founders Day event, which was very well attended, and we provided nominating committee training there as well. And I'm going out to a lot of local units have requested that just come out to their meeting in order to, when they're electing their nominating committees, but then also just to talk to the units and explain the purpose of PTA, how they can get better involved, and hopefully inspire tomorrow's leaders for our PTA units. So we've been doing a lot of that. We have our end of the year banquet and election coming up April 3rd. So we're taking applications for awards and our college scholarships.
Thank you so much, Laura. You guys are doing some good things up there as well. Thank you. I did see Maria Norton's on here from Miami-Dade, the largest county council PTA in the state of Florida. Welcome, Maria. You're muted. Can you hear us, Maria? You're still muted. Okay, well, you're figuring that out. I'm going to move on to what we have one of our region reps from the Northwest counties, Bree Bruni. Bree? Hello, Bree.
Okay. I'm ready for whenever after Bree, because sorry, I could not unmute for the world of me.
Okay. Well, you can go now if you want, because Bree's not can't unmute or something either.
Thank you. My apologies for logging in so late. Was at the National PTA wrap-up meeting, and we had a busy day today talking to our congressmen and so forth. So Miami-Dade, we've been busy, of course, like everyone else. We are having our Founders Day celebration on April 1st. So if anybody wants to drive down to South Florida, to Miami, you're welcome. We have rolled out our scholarship applications for our high schoolers. Awards section also should be coming out, and we've been just around the town being present wherever we can, from the school board meetings to our local PTA units, and just being out there for everybody. If anybody from Miami-Dade needs anything, just reach out to me or anybody on my board. You can find us at mdcc.net.
Thank you, Maria.
Now,
Bree,
I don't know if I'll be able to mute myself again.
Bree, are you with us now? Okay. I don't see any other region reps, but our Northeast counties is Mary Benedict. Our North Central County is Linda Witherwex. Our Central West County is Frank Reyes. And our Central East County is Julia White. So if you live in a county that does not have a county council, you can go to our website, Florida PTA website, and look under the board of directors, and you can find it right there. It lists all the counties and who your contact would be. Or you can always reach out to me as well. I'll put my email in the chat. Bree, are you there?
So sorry. I'm out at soccer practice. So I just want to say, hey, I posted my contact info in the chat. Here's my video. It'll work. No, it won't. Okay. My information's there. I'm your region rep from anywhere from Santa Rosa County to Leon County. So if you guys need anything, reach out. I'm happy to help. Thank you.
Thank you, Bree. Okay, I'm going to open it up for questions. Does anybody have any questions that they'd like to ask one of the councils or anybody on this call? Carolyn, I see your hand up.
Hi, yes, thank you. So I have a question for Palm Beach County. I'm at Suncoast High School in Riviera Beach, and I went to your meeting in January. We talked briefly about standing rules. I was hoping I could get a copy of a sample of standing rules, because we currently, as far as I know, have not had any on our board. So just an idea of like what is included.
Absolutely. If you want to go ahead and put your email address in the chat, then I can go ahead and send you a sample of those right now.
Okay, I am sending it now. And I have one other question, and I don't know for open to anyone really. I heard that the dues might be changing, or that was something we would be voting on in July. I don't know if that's true or not, but if so, are we able to purchase memberships for next year, in April or May? Like, we have a big push for our incoming freshmen in April. Normally what we do is sell the memberships for the next school year at that time.
Carolyn, I'm going to let our president take that one. Carolyn, you want to take that one? There was just a question about this that had just came, an email just came about this as well, because people are concerned about how it's going to work.
Hi, Carolyn, from Carolyn. Thanks for being here. So I see your question as having two parts. When you ask about the dues increase, are you referring to Florida PTA or National PTA?
Either, both.
So National PTA has published their intent to entertain a dues increase at the June convention for National PTA in the amount of $1.75. That will, of course, impact what Florida PTA collects and forwards to National. Whether a dues increase for Florida will come forward, that will be entertained by the bylaws committee through the board of directors before going to any of our delegates at Florida PTA's leadership convention in July. So National definitely coming forward. Florida PTA remains to be seen. We'll see what comes forward from the bylaws committee through the board of directors at a meeting. As far as offering memberships ahead of time, right now we are not doing that. Member Hub has been requested to hold off on offering the 23-24 memberships because one of two things will happen. Were we to sell memberships at this time at the current rate, given the potential increases at National and potentially at Florida PTA, then we'd have to turn around and tell our local units, you know, you owe X amount of dollars and change or dollars, and you need to forward that for every member that you've already collected their dues from. That would be kind of difficult because some local units would, unfortunately, say, well, we've already paid for our members. We're not going to be sending any more money. Of course, some would say yes, but then we would have a difficult time collecting any outstanding dues from between 1,100 and 1,400 local units across the state who could potentially pre-sell dues. So rather than attempting to hinder or burden our local units with having to then pay the rest of it, we think that we can wait at least until National PTA comes forward with their vote, which is rather substantial at $1.75, and will impact everything across the state as far as our membership and collections are concerned. So we will be waiting at least until June to find out what happens there.
Thank you for that explanation. That totally makes sense, and I understand that. Do you have a suggestion on what we should do in April? So just a quick background. We used to have this event every April pre-COVID that was called a woohoo, freshman woohoo. It was like, yay, we got into Suncoast. We're an all choice school. So it's a big deal, if you get in, right? So in April, we would invite all the incoming freshmen and parents and guardians. And that was a really big membership push for us. And that's when we would collect membership for the following school year. So I don't know if, I don't want to miss out on that opportunity. When they're excited, they got in. So I don't know if do we just have them fill out a paper form and we process it later, or just get their information, or I don't know what would be a good suggestion.
I think that you've hit the nail on the head. Have those parents or caregivers go ahead and commit to joining at whatever level, 1 or 2 members per family, whatever level of membership that you offer. And then you can circle back to them and say, now it's time to collect, because we know what actually the membership will be.
Okay. Katie, you got your hand up?
Hello, thank you. Yes, I have one question for our meeting where we're going to be having an election for the nominating committee. We want to have a nominating committee of 3 people, as it says in the bylaws, but if we have more than 3 people run, the question is, does every member put 3 names down on their ballot, or how do we work that?
Katie, what county are you in?
Sorry, Palm Beach. Banyan Creek.
Erica?
Well, first of all, Katie, I'm going to come to your meeting on the 15th.
Yay!
So nice to meet you in advance, and way to go for Palm Beach showing up tonight. I love this. For the nominations, you always want to have an odd number of people on the nominations committee. So if you have 3 people that volunteer, that's great. If you have more than 3 people that volunteer, that's great too. You just want to make sure that you have an odd number. If you do have 6 people that ask to be on it, then you may want people to go ahead and write down the 5 names that they would like to vote for, or you can just have everyone raise their hands at the moment to vote on those people who are on the nominations committee. We don't run into this too often. Usually we're trying to chase people to get onto these committees. So
Yeah,
I'm glad that
this is it's an
glad that you had
unusual
this
year.
going. Yeah.
Next question just came up. I'm sorry, was there more?
No, I'll be there with you, but we'll see if anything needs to be added by Bert or anything. Bert, did you have any other suggestions?
No.
Okay, I'll be there with you, Katie. And what's your next question?
Thank you so much. Second, if a board member loses a reimbursement check from the PTA, what should happen?
So I'm guessing you're asking because there's a stop payment fee from your bank?
Not yet. The question was, do they just keep looking for it, or do they ask for a stop, or can it be rewritten like that? Just not sure what the process should be.
Sure. Do you, I guess if you don't have any other, if you don't have anything written down in your policies and procedures that say to the contrary,
We
then,
have no treasurer policies or procedures.
Okay, then I would just give them some time to look for it, and if they really can't find it, then I would go ahead and reissue that. And for me personally, I don't believe there's a written rule about it, but for me personally, I would just let them know that that the PTA is going to have to incur a fee because of that, and just mention it. But I would just go ahead and reimburse them.
Does that
Okay,
answer your question?
thank
Kate?
you.
Thank you. Carolyn, I see your hand up.
Thank you, Bert. To follow up on Laura's answer and add a little bit to it, Katie, you asked if there were going to be 3 people on your nominating committee and more than 3 were nominated. Yes, they would write down 3 names and everyone else would be an alternate in the order of the number of votes that they received. Does that answer your question, Katie? I got a thumbs up. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Heather. Heather?
Hi, you're talking about me, right?
No.
Hi, sorry, my phone kind of died right when you guys were talking about the potential dues increase. I just wanted to remind that an additional thing that I didn't hear, so I don't know if it was mentioned, but local units would still have to have their membership vote on their own membership dues increase. I know a lot of units have their memberships as low as $5. So in the case, if the national portion of dues goes up, it would be $5.25 due to state. So the memberships in your local unit, your members would have to vote to increase your dues and make sure that you're not losing money. So I just want to put that out there.
Thank you, Heather. Heather, you want to introduce yourself real quick?
Hi, I'm Heather. I'm the membership database coordinator at the Florida PTA State Office. So if you've called, you've probably spoken to me.
Thank you. I wasn't sure if you were on in the beginning when Carolyn introduced everybody.
Yes.
So, sorry, it's Michelle. Can we just follow up on timing? Because I think one of the things that popped into my head was surely this current board can't commit the subsequent board to a membership cost. So selling memberships early, are you not potentially removing the next board's opportunity to set their price? So what's the timing of setting the next year's dues for a local unit? What should it be ideally?
Well, we're not going to know anything until June, whether there's an increase when National PTA has their convention. Okay, and $1.75 is going to be a hard pill to swallow for a lot of people. So I had a long conversation with somebody from National last night, and they don't even think it's going to go. They're hoping to get some of it, but they don't think it's going to go for $1.75. They're hoping there's an amendment that comes that they can get something less, but I don't think it's going to go for $1. That's a big jump, you know. I mean, I've talked to some people that they thought that maybe if they went 50 cents this year, another quarter next year, did like an increment over 3 or 4 years, it might have passed. But $1.75 is a big jump for people, especially when we have a lot of Title I schools that are selling memberships for $5. So they would have to jump it up to at least $7 to make the money, you know, that they're making on it now. So, but I can see where they need an increase. I mean, Florida PTA needs an increase. I can see where, you know, I mean, things, our labor is, you know, the people in the offices have, their salaries have gone up, the taxes have gone up for the buildings, the insurance is, you know, probably doubled by now, especially in Florida. And I'm in the insurance industry, and I see how the prices have doubled for homeowners. So, especially in South Florida. So, and, you know, I can see them getting some, but I don't see them getting a whole $1.75. And we have our treasurer from Florida PTA, Jude Bruno, that joined us, and he's got his hand raised. Jude.
Good afternoon. Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for joining us on this road to success. And thank you, Bert, for leading it. I just wanted to jump in on there since we're talking about money. So Florida PTA is still evaluating whether we need a dues increase. I know Madam President emphasized that we are still having our conversation because we're still having those internal conversations. But just know we will, of course, make an informed decision for you all. But I want to stress, we haven't decided. We are still evaluating if we as an association needs a dues increase. But more importantly, our local units do need to consider that, the point made, and should be having those conversations as to when at their unit meetings they'll be having that conversations with their local units, depending on the upcoming decisions that will be made in June and July. So just wanted to emphasize that point, Bert.
Thank you, Mr. Treasurer. I also wanted, I don't know if I announced the second winner, which was Karen White. So congratulations, Karen. I'm going to send you, if you could, I put my email in the chat. If you could email me your address, and I will send you a Starbucks gift card. And I'm going to put the third and final question in there now. So there's 2 parts to it. So make sure you get the entire question to get the gift card. Does anybody else have any questions? Somebody's got to have a question for somebody here. Nobody's got any more questions? We got all this knowledge on here and nobody's asking any questions at all? And I didn't see any other county councils that joined.
Just a quick question for Erica again from Palm Beach. Could you give us a call?
Yes, I will give you a call. I was
Great.
going to say, I'm almost thinking I'm running a podcast here. First time caller, long time listener. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Katie. Thank you, Erica. Anybody else? Is there anybody that wants to say anything? Anything that from the county council's perspective or anything?
This is Michelle from Seminole. I kind of like what Kelly did, the Orange County president, in terms of what it means to her to be county council president. And I think one of the core things for people to know is that the county council isn't that far apart from local units, and we really need them to step up and say, you know what, I could do that. I think it's a stretch, but I can do that. I'm willing, because the willingness and the passion for the mission is really what we need. Everything else you can learn. Believe you me, you've got the support of people like Bert. You've got other county council presidents that will help you. So please don't let anything put you off in terms of your capabilities or timing. Every piece helps. So just make sure you're not shy about coming forward to saying, I'd like to do that. I'd like to do something, and dip your feet in a committee if you want to, and then, jump in with a position later. But just don't be shy about trying to get into county council and then later into Florida. It's a wonderful, wonderful opportunity and a great group of people.
Thank you, Michelle. Carolyn, I see your hand up.
Thank you, Bert. I wanted to take an opportunity while we do have a majority of our county councils here and the presidents and a couple of region representatives and our local units to say thank you. Thank you for what you do every day, donating your time, your talent, in some cases your treasure as well, on behalf of the children of Florida PTA, and most assuredly to Florida PTA itself. Collectively, we are a powerhouse. We do so much on behalf of our students, our teachers, our schools, and our communities. And you don't hear thank you enough. So thank you, each and every one of you, for all that you do. Please know that you are appreciated. Secondly, if you are a county council president who is not returning to your role next year, please know that there is still a place for you. Our volunteer application is open year-round right now. And please go ahead and fill that out, because we are still looking for volunteers, and we can't afford to miss people like you who are talented, have the time, and know PTA and know Florida PTA when there is a place for you to volunteer. So thanks again, everyone, for all that you do. Please continue to work hard, but remember, your families do come first, and to take care of yourselves as well. Thank you, Bert.
Thank you, Madam President. I want to announce the third winner, Carolyn Santa Maria. You answered the question properly. You answered both parts of the question. Thank you so much.
That's because her name is Carolyn.
So Carolyn, in the chat is my email address. Please send me your address too, so I can send you a gift card. There was a questionnaire. I'm not sure which county mentioned the principal and president luncheon, but what a great idea. Who mentioned the principal and president luncheon? Do you remember?
Duval.
Oh, it was you. Okay. What are you doing with that?
Well, it's a big celebration at the end of the year. It's in May. And all of our local units that want to participate, they buy tickets for a table. Usually they buy the whole table, which seats 8. We have it at the UNF Adam Herbert University Center, and we do our awards. We have an ROTC come and present the colors. We have guest speakers. The teacher of the year speaks. Our superintendent usually speaks. Board member speaks. Carolyn has attended our presidents and principals luncheon. It's a big event. The board, DCC PTA board, will probably spend the next few weeks making decorations for the table, some of which have been used at Florida PTA before. It's a really big event that we have. So we're really excited to be able to do it back in person this year.
Good, great job, Kate. Yeah, that's a great idea. And, speaking of principals, we have principal and PTA classes, I know a lot of principals need to be trained, in what their roles are with the PTA. Because, I was just at one tonight that, the principal, they had a book fair and a health fair, and the principal didn't send out the robocall until the fair was already going on. There was nobody there because it didn't get out. They need to, if you don't have the support of the the principal, it's going to be hard to throw an event like that. Amy, you got your hand up?
Yeah, we also do presidents and principals, but we do it at the beginning of the year, and we do it as a breakfast. And we invite all our new presidents to come have breakfast with their principals at the principals leadership conference over the summer. And we do the elementary, and then we do actually do two because they do it 2 different days. But we use it as kind of a training and an introduction. Our superintendent speaks and all that fun stuff. But I like the idea of it being a celebration, but we've always done it in the beginning of the year. So there are definitely different options. And I agree with Bert and our principals, which is why we've pushed to have like part of the principals meetings that they have monthly, we asked to have a 30-minute block in their trainings so that we could present to them and help them. We created a little like 2-pager, so they like just the very basics of what they need to know and how they can contact us, kind of thing. But we have found that some principals just don't understand what our role is.
Amy, I like that. I like that in the beginning, because then you get the principals know in the beginning, so you can have a successful year. And then, but I like Kay's idea too, at the end, celebrating with the principals, and the president. So yeah, I like both ideas. Michelle put in the chat, Seminole has a president and principal breakfast fairly early in the year and do a fiduciary training so that we can head off principals using PTA as a slush fund. And then Ashley put in, bring your principal to convention. Yes, the principals, I can't stress enough. I mean, Ashley just invited all 3 of her principals there. I know one's committed already at her school. So yeah, invite your principal. Your PTA can pay for your principal to come, because the better your principal is trained, the better your PTA is going to do at that school. So, I was just talking to somebody the other day that their principal knew nothing about a PTA in a county, that has no knowledge of PTA. A new parent went there and they were upset that that principal knew nothing about PTA. So, the more we can educate our principals, the better off you're going to be with your school at your PTA. Anybody else? Well, we're doing good here. I know my county council presidents can talk, because when we have our RNC meetings, man, we go 2 hours, with them talking and spreading the good news and stuff that they're doing in their counties. So I told them to make sure they kept it short, because we only had an hour tonight. So does Kelly, I see that hand of yours and that orange shirt.
I was just gonna say, we do a presidents and principals normally in the beginning of the year, and we didn't do it this year because 30% of our principals in Orange County are brand new, and we are there's a disconnect. There's a lot of principals that do not know just don't know anything about PTA. So we've had to do a lot of education, and we're still working on it. But I met with the district, and they suggested that we do a series of very short videos about PTA to teach administration and principals, and then they will show, if we make them short, they will show them at their district events throughout the summer. So we're gonna try that somehow. I'm gonna try to make them entertaining and short. So we'll see, but that's an idea. But we are having an event for presidents and principals at the district office in April. So that'll be good, because the superintendent is going to invite the principals. So hopefully they'll show up if she invites them. So that's April 4th, if anybody's in Orlando and wants to come to that.
Thank you. You know that the video idea is a great idea, because I know there's counties that make some of their volunteers watch short videos and stuff. So I think that's a great idea. And Madam President, that might be something that we have to talk about, maybe doing for Florida, getting a universal video made that they can watch, that we can send out, and they can watch. Michelle, you have your hand up?
I did. I was just curious as to whether or not anybody had anything on their wish list of, I wish the county would do this for us. You know, I wish. Is there anything maybe that we're not doing that you wish we were? I'm open to anything.
Is there anybody on the call that would like to answer Michelle that has anything?
Provide mental health counseling, Michelle, does that count? Emotional
It
support
does.
animals.
It does. It does. I think that's valid for everybody. I wish, right?
Yes.
I do.
Or emotional support kittens, that would be nice.
Yeah, I wish my county council president would call me every week. Sharon?
Feel like I talk to you at least once a day. Like,
That's to once a week.
I feel like you want me to talk to you less, is how I'm reading that. I feel
Does
very
anybody else?
supported right now. I just want everyone on the call.
Melanie, I see your hand up.
I just wanted to tell Sharon that I'm right there with her. So you're not alone. I ran through Escambia County pretty fast because I thought I had to be fast, but we're working on increasing our training for our units because I think that's what's lacking. We have so many new officers in our local units that in our training needs to be stepped up. But we're working on that. And I love the ideas of the videos. I don't know why I didn't think of that, seeing how I did that for 33 years, but maybe it's because I don't want to do it anymore. But anyway, so I really appreciate all y'all's suggestions. I've been writing them down and hopefully we can put some of them into effect. Thank you.
Thank you, Melanie. Karen Mazzola.
Thank you. I was just wondering, since we had them on here, if the two communities, which was Maria Norton and Melanie Gamble, could share what the impact of the town hall meetings had and where they are in their respective communities with regards to follow-up.
Melanie or Maria? Maria, you want to go first? You're muted.
It was a great experience. We did at first, you're nervous, are they going to show? But we did have a very group from school superintendent of the district, because we have the main superintendent, and then each region has a superintendent, and then each region has an assistant superintendent. So we did have some. We had a school board member, and we had quite a few people in our community. About the follow-up, we have not started to do that yet, but we'll be doing it soon.
Very similar. We sweated having enough people there, but I think it turned out pretty well. We had our superintendent, he was there for the whole thing. Two board members, school board members, community members, PTA leaders. And us being the first one, I think we were the training session, but we were happy to provide ideas of how it could be improved. And I've been meaning to get up with Madam President or somebody to find out exactly what I'm supposed to be doing to follow up. Thank you.
Bert?
Karen, does that answer your question? Go ahead, Carolyn.
Melanie, you actually had a follow-up meeting that you shared with me.
On the town hall?
I thought it was, you sent me pictures and you told us about it.
That was the recap of the town hall itself.
Okay.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Maria, for hosting a town hall. Thank you, Melanie. I know Carolyn will probably talk about it. I'm going to give her a chance right now to talk about some upcoming events. Does anybody else have any questions before I go to Madam President? Okay. Madam President, you want to talk about some upcoming events?
Yes, and I will not belabor the point. We have lots of good things coming up that you can be a part of for Florida PTA. Next month, well, let me skip next month. Let's start with March 26th through 28th, which is shown in my background. We have our very own Florida PTA Legislative Conference, which will be held in Tallahassee. If you've not attended, or you are a novice advocate, and all of us are advocates, regardless of whether you've spoken to a legislator or not. If you've spoken to someone at your child's school about anything, you're already an advocate, a seasoned advocate. So we highly recommend you join us at the Florida PTA LegCon 2023. We're so happy to have everybody back together, not just a limited audience, not a hybrid event. We will be all together where we'll have legislators, legislative staff, partner organizations all come in and speak with us. There'll be training for you, an opportunity to tour the Capitol, as well as an opportunity to participate in Children's Week activities. You don't want to miss this. This is a legitimate PTA expense, which should be included in your budget. That's March. April 14th and 15th are our Centennial Celebration weekends. Starting on the 14th, Friday night, we'll have an open house at the Florida PTA office. If you've not been to the office, it's a great time to come and check it out. It is newly painted inside and it looks beautiful. We have a family night that night. There'll be pizza and a movie and different activities. You'll have an opportunity to meet the officers, some members of the board of directors, as well as our office staff, and to take a tour of the building that is your history and your Florida PTA. Saturday, April 15th, we'll have our fundraising Centennial Celebration Luncheon at Second Harvest Food Bank. You'll get to see student performances, hear from past Florida PTA presidents, find out about our history, our present, and where we're going in the future. It promises to be a wonderful afternoon of networking, entertainment, and just plain old fun. Following that, in May, we'll have our first face-to-face celebration of our students at our Reflections program, which will be held in Orlando on May 6th, with the time, location to be announced at a later date. It's good to get together and celebrate our students. You know, they've not had that opportunity to go on stage and have their picture taken with their certificates and their awards. And it will be beautiful, no doubt, for both our parents and our students. Following that, of course, is National PTA's convention in June, which we briefly touched on earlier. And then the Pista Resistance in July 13th through 16th, we will be at the Omni at Champions Gate Resort in Orlando, where we will have our very own leadership convention, our Centennial Leadership Convention, and we're excited for all of you to join us. Great speakers, networking, again, fun. Make sure you get your talents ready, get your baskets ready. We'll be together for wonderful workshops and spending time with each other. I look forward to meeting those of you who I don't already know when we get together in July. Thanks, Bert.
Thank you, Madam President. The office staff, Kimberly, has asked, can we get the county councils to submit the training videos or links, and we can include those links in our emails to local units for their counties. So if you guys make a training video or something, you know, send it to me, and we can maybe get them out to the office staff and they can include it when they're sending emails to your local units in your county. Okay. Well, I want to thank everybody. It's 8 o'clock, so I want to end on time. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight, and don't forget to join us next week for another episode of Road to Success, featuring the Education Commission. Guarantee it won't be as fun as ours, with their topic being EdPath and scholarships. So thank you all for attending tonight. I appreciate it. Appreciate all your questions. The county councils and the region reps are working hard every day. I know how much work it is. So thank you. Thank you all to the local unit presidents and other officers that are on here as well. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Good night, everyone.
Thank you all. Good to see you.